to my good friend and author of H.R. 2441, the gentlewoman from Iowa, and Representative Cynthia Axne.
The gentlewoman from Iowa is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman. Madam Speaker, I rise today to honor an Iowan, a Marine, and a fallen hero, Brandon Ketchum. I'm also here to make a promise to his mother, Bev. When I introduced this legislation, I told Bev that Brandon's story was one that would ensure that other veterans get the mental health that they need. And today, we're here to take that next step in keeping that promise. 5 years ago, retired Sergeant Brandon Ketchum took his own life when he was unable to get the mental health care he needed. Sergeant Ketchum had served 2 tours in Iraq and another in Afghanistan. In his first tour alone, he helped clear 92 roadside bombs in 7 months, service that earned him the Combat Action Ribbon. His heroic service wasn't his only role, however. He was a loving father, a son, a brother, and a friend. But like many veterans, Sergeant Ketchum struggled with depression, addiction, and PTSD related to his time in uniform. After his service, Brandon volunteered and spoke publicly to students about his experience with PTSD. But despite receiving therapy and addiction treatment after returning from his tours, Brandon had a hard time adjusting to civilian life. And when he sought inpatient hospitalization in 2016 from an Iowa VA, the treatment rooms were full and he was turned down for the care he needed. Hours later, Sergeant Ketchum took his own life. We all know that veterans do not have enough mental health resources across this country. Nearly 17 veterans die by suicide every day, and a recent HHS study found that only 50% of returning vets who need mental health treatment will receive it. And in particular, these mental health services are even harder to find in our nation's rural areas that myself and my Iowa colleagues here represent in Congress. The truth is sad, but it's pretty simple. We are failing our veterans. Brandon asked us for help, but help was turned away because of a lack of resources. So, we must make sure, in his memory and for the sake of others still serving, that when our soldiers return home, they can get the treatment that they need. My bill will increase mental health facilities in rural areas by establishing 3 new Rural Access Network for Growth Enhancement programs, known by their acronym as RANGE. RANGE programs provide rural veterans with more mental health resources, including access to a team of experts who can provide intensive addiction and mental health treatment, helping veterans reintegrate into their community. My bill will also study how the VA is currently meeting the needs of rural veterans with mental health issues and what resources may be needed to improve their care, so we can actually address the root causes of mental health issues in our rural areas and with our veterans. Not only is this an important cause, it's a bipartisan one too. As mentioned, all 4 members of our Iowa's delegation have joined together and signed on to this, and I'd like to thank you all for doing that. And for my incredible co-sponsors, and of course Chairman Takano and Subcommittee Chairwoman Brownlee for their support of this bill, as well as their constant dedication to our veterans. Veterans put their lives on the line and serve our nation with honor. And when they come home, they should be able to receive the care that they need, regardless of zip code. We can't simply accept that Brandon's death is a tragedy, and that's just what it is. We have to use this story to make the changes that are long overdue and to ensure that no other veteran falls through the cracks. We must take action to address the rural health shortages and the mental health needs of our nation's veterans. I urge all of my colleagues to honor Sergeant Ketchum's legacy with a yes vote on this bill. Thank you, and I yield my time.